What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be reviewing the Pangea Designs Pickpocket keychain. As you can see here are my keys, and this is the pickpocket. It's actually just a milled out, skeletonized piece of like titanium, and the whole purpose of this, kind of what its name implies, is it's a pocket clip for your keys. I actually have a pair of pants here that I'm gonna slide this into to kind of demonstrate how it looks in your pocket. Okay, just fold that in half. So let me just bring that around from the top. So basically, you see here, that's how it works. You have that notch cut out here, and it just clips over to the side of your pocket. Acts kind of like a knife pocket clip, or any sort of pocket clip for that matter, where the purpose of it is to keep your keys from bunching up on the bottom of your pocket, creating like a bulge, and it makes it for easier access to your keys. You know, obviously, if you're like me and you have a lot of things in your pocket, having everything just dumped and settled to the bottom of your pocket isn't the best thing, because it makes trying to get what you need kind of a little difficult. You know, I carry a variety of flashlights, knives, and throwing my keys into the mix, you know, doesn't necessarily, I don't always necessarily have a bag that I could keep my keys in, so it doesn't really help for me to have to dig through everything in my pocket to get to whatever it is I need. And in general, that's why the flashlights that I carry have pocket clips on them, and most of the knives that I carry have pocket clips on them. Another matter is the matter of comfort, in that when you do carry a lot of stuff in your pocket and everything settles to the bottom, it does bulge out, and it is a little unsightly. Not only that, it's also a little uncomfortable, especially if your pants are a little tighter, and you have keys in there that are bunched up in the bottom of the pocket. The keys can kind of dig into the side of your leg and stuff. So this does help mitigate with that. And another function of this is that it is also a bottle opener here, as you can see here, and I believe these you can put like smaller nuts into to turn if you really have to. Pangea does have several different versions of this. Some are anodized, some are not. There are also exclusives for some of their retailers and everything. But the two main functionalities of being a pocket clip for your keys as well as a bottle opener always remains. You know, what's actually milled out here can be different depending on their retailer. Another nice thing about this is that you can actually clip it onto a belt loop, like so. So with the weight of the keys, there shouldn't really be any issues with this falling off the belt loop. Obviously, I wouldn't clip this on my belt loop and then start jumping around or everything. It seems pretty solid, but there is always the chance that this can slip out. You know, they have like this groove and notched groove over here to kind of mitigate things just, you know, having this fly off completely. But it is not a tight clip or anything, so it can fly off. The same goes with it being clipped into your pocket if you are jumping around or skydiving or something. I don't know. It can fall off. You know, it's not a super solid clip like, let's say, a knife pocket clip, where it does actively clamp up against the fabric, which is a good and a bad thing. The bad thing is obviously the retention isn't as good, but the good thing is, unlike with knife pocket clips, it won't wear away at the fabric of your pants. I don't actually, you know, these jeans aren't actually that old, and I don't really use like super aggressive folding tactical knives here, so you don't really see much wear here. But on some of my some of my older jeans or some of my other pants where it's not denim material, you actually see that this section here is usually really frayed out and stuff, just because when you have a knife with something like G10 scales on it, it acts as an abrasive every time you put the clip. Whenever you put the knife back on and off and pull it off with the pocket clip, it does abrade away at the material. This is actually a lot smaller than I thought it would be, which is actually a good thing. You know, it's always hard to tell from measurements online how big an actual item is until you actually see it. Let me just take it off my key ring for a second. For those of you who are interested, this is a a freaky keyring, which is a very interesting design. I'm not going to really go into depth about it, but you can see here it kind of allows you to push here and it opens up the split ring so that it's easier to remove things and put things back on versus a traditional split ring where you kind of have to like pry the halves open. I'm not going to make a video on this probably, but you can definitely look it up. It's not cheap, but it's a very cool, innovative keychain in my opinion. So you can see here next to my car key, the free key is obviously much smaller than my my car key, and it's actually really close to the size of a standard house key. It's just a little longer, but it's not that much bigger. If I overlap the two here, you can see it just sticks out a little more than a regular house key, but it's not that much wider, which is a good thing. This is actually replacing the bottle opener that I've been carrying on my keys. Here I have a titanium lobster claw from Paragon Machine Works, I believe. You can see beer is good. I'm not actually a big beer drinker, but unfortunately at the time when I ordered this, it's like 6 years ago, they didn't have a sterile option, and all of their lobster claw bottle openers were engraved with this. Afterwards, they did offer one with no engraving, but I'm not gonna spend the money and just buy another one. I don't really care. I'm not really a beer drinker. I prefer Scotch. But one reason why I do carry a bottle opener is, some of my friends, I may be going out with someone, and my friends like beer, and maybe someone doesn't have a bottle opener on them or whatever, then it's handy to have. Also, I do enjoy drinking soda out of glass bottles. I'm kind of a little old-fashioned that way. In my opinion, I feel like soda tastes better out of a glass bottle, and I actually have here a bottle of Mexican Coke as a demo for how well this opens. Actually, I might as well do it now. The bottle opener on this isn't the greatest. I do prefer wider bottle openers like this one. You can actually, this is a lot closer to the bottle opener that you may get with a Swiss Army knife, and you can kind of see the difference in thickness. The reason why I like thicker bottle openers is because it grips onto the crown of the cap a lot better, and it makes it so that you can actually pull the cap off in one motion. With some of the thinner ones, you kind of have to work around the cap to really pull it off. I'm just gonna pull this out of the way so I don't spill soda all over the place, but it works well. I mean, it's not the best. It is a little, oh, there we go. You can, it is wide enough where you can get it off, and actually the design of this curve is good enough where you can get a cap off in one lift. But you can see there it takes a little more effort, and it's a lot harder to get good leverage with something so thin because it's a little more difficult to hold on to, versus with this, because it's thicker and it doesn't really flex or anything, you get very good leverage and you can open up bottles very easily. So yeah, let me just put that to the side. So that's why I carry a bottle opener, for those of you who are interested. And for me, I've always said that any beers that come with a bottle top that is a screw off probably isn't worth drinking. I know it's not true, but I'm kind of a snob that way. Like, if I'm gonna drink a beer, it better not be a twist off cap. But yeah, the free key. A little history on this. This is actually from a Kickstarter, I believe. I didn't actually buy this from the Kickstarter. I actually found out about this after the Kickstarter was already over, and I'm actually glad it was funded. I bought this off of one of their distributors after the Kickstarter happened, and I paid $20 for this, which I believe is the same price of the Kickstarter donation amount. Like, the retail price is $25 to $30, but the retailer was selling it at $20 price range. The only difference being that I believe with the Kickstarter, if you were one of the donors, you actually got one of the anodized versions. I don't really care. I like the plain matte satin titanium look. One complaint I do have about it is that the finish on this isn't the greatest. I'm not sure if you'll be able to tell from the video. Let me see if I can get it to focus up close. Come on, focus. Nope, it doesn't want to focus. But I mean, the finish is kind of rough, and it's actually not even on both sides. I'm not sure, but it seems like they probably had a block of titanium that they cut, they cut sheets out of. And you can actually see here, this is probably where the side that was cut, and this is like the uncut side or something. I'm not sure. The finish isn't the greatest, but for the price, I can definitely understand why it wasn't super finished. You know, and I mean, in all honesty, even with this one, I believe these are like $24. I'm not sure. You can see here it has like a rough surface here, and then there's a polished side on here. Not a big deal. Just maybe if you're you're kind of anal about aesthetics, it's something to consider. And you can also see here that this bottle opener section here wasn't cut completely straight, but as you saw before, it opens bottles just fine. So if you're a person who carries a lot of things on your keys, I would definitely highly recommend this, just because, like I said, it'll reduce the bulge on the bottom of your pocket and make your keys more readily accessible. And I haven't tried it, but I'm pretty sure, like, if you're a woman and you carry your keys in your bag or something, because this slot is cut so wide, you can honestly probably just clip this over like the edge of a purse or some sort of tote bag or whatever, and it'll keep your keys a lot handier for you to get to, so like you don't have to dig through your purse to find your keys and everything if you need to open a door. One thing that I did find kind of hilarious that they named the pickpocket is that you do kind of have to be careful because it isn't clipped tight. Someone could actually easily pick your keys out of your pocket, I suppose you could say. So you do want to be careful about that. Obviously, if it was a little tighter, then you would actually feel if, you know, someone's tugging on your pocket, and you'll know that someone's trying to steal your keys or something. But in this case, you want to be a little cautious about where you are. If you're in a crowded environment, you want to keep an eye on your keys and make sure no one just steals them from you. Another accessory, another item that's kind of similar to this is made by Tech Accessories, I believe, and I think they call it their P7 suspension clip. And it's actually a much smaller item. I believe it's like about, like if you remove the bottle opener, it's probably like this size, like just that. And it's like just a folded over piece of metal with a slight flare on the lip of the fold. And it acts the same way, where basically they call it an accessory clip, so it's not meant for keys, but there is a hole on the bottom with a split ring, and you can put your keys there, or you could probably put like a small flashlight at that end and attach it and have it clipped to the lip of your pocket so that you don't have to have everything to the bottom. You know, same concept of this. It's just made from steel and it's a much smaller package. The only thing I don't like about that is that's the only function. It's basically only a clip, you know, versus at least with this, I don't mind adding this to my keys because this is a bottle opener. Whoops. It's a bottle opener, and it is taking up, you know, the space that this used to occupy. So I'm not really adding that much more extra crap to my key ring. You know, I used to carry a lot of stuff in my keys, and I made an effort to kind of pare it down to the basic essentials of what I need. You know, basically house keys and work key, and my car key here, which I have on a size 0 SBiner, so I don't put extra weight on the ignition, having my keys hang off there, which honestly isn't even that bad. I could probably just do it. But I find, actually, it's a little off topic, but I do find dangling keys off your car keys a little annoying because, you know, when you're driving, your leg may hit it, like it's dangling there, your leg may hit it, it'll jingle. It's just kind of an annoyance, so I just unclip it from my keys, put this in the ignition, and start my car. But you do have to be careful, obviously, that you don't leave one or the other set of keys in your car and lock yourself out or something. So, and I believe the Tech Accessories P7 suspension clip is around $12. Like I said, this was $20. I believe the anodized one, if you want the anodizing, is $30. And MSRP is like $25 to $30. Personally, I got these from phoenixoutfitters.com. No, I didn't get it for free or anything. I bought it myself. It's just I've ordered from phoenixoutfitters.com in the past, and they're one of the few retailers that's actually selling this. I'm not sure, but you could probably buy it direct from the people who started the Kickstarter and the people who made this, but you may have to do a Google search to find out. But yeah, so overall, nice accessory. Titanium. If you're really into titanium like I am, I have a lot of titanium crap. If you look at my videos, you see like a lot of my knives and, you know, other things are made of titanium. And also, actually, in terms of people thinking that this may break, this will probably never break. You can see there's actually quite a thick piece of titanium here, and it is quite solid. You see it doesn't really flex all that much. And Pangea Designs, they do have a YouTube video up where they essentially hang a rope from from this hole here, and then they hang another rope to a 25-pound dumbbell, and they lift the dumbbell for a few seconds with it. And you do see that it does flex, but as soon as they remove the weight, because titanium does have some spring memory to it, it just bent right back with no issues. And actually, I have a titanium money clip here, which, you can obviously, it can flex out quite a bit and then spring back to its original shape with no problems. So this'll basically be like a tank, and I highly doubt people will be breaking these anytime soon anyway. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you found it informative. Like I said, definitely if you have a lot of keys, or if you're just really into keychain gear, I would definitely highly recommend checking this out, just because it's not that expensive, and it does have a somewhat of a cool factor to it, and it does have a very functional bottle opener at its end. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.